Assalamu alaikum, this is Nabila Sigdatama welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman urges Malaysian counterpart to recruit more Bangladeshi workers and open labour market soon. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman accorded warm red carpet reception by Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim in Putrajaya. Two years required to reach stability from fragile economy, while 3 years to be turning point, says Finance Minister. Verdict against Hasnul Haq Inu in case of killing 6 people in Kushtia during July uprising, set on June 30th. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer announces resignation, paving way to decide 7th one since 2016. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman called upon Malaysian Prime Minister to recruit more workers from Bangladesh and open the labour market as soon as possible. He made this call at a joint briefing after the bilateral meeting today. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman and Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim led the delegation of their respective countries. During the meeting, various issues related to the interest of the two countries were discussed. They exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual interest during the meeting. The discussion focused on reopening the labour market for recruiting Bangladeshi workers, regularization and renewal of work permit of Bangladeshi citizens who have become illegal for various reasons, Bangladesh's application to become a sectorial dialogue partner in ASEAN, Bangladesh's inclusion in Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, the Rohingya issue and cooperation in United Nations and other multilateral forums. After the meeting, a memorandum of understanding on culture was signed in the presence of the Prime Minister of two countries. In addition, a document on cooperation in research and capacity building on counterterrorism and a bilateral document on investment were exchanged. The foreign ministers of two countries exchanged the two documents. Then, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh and Prime Minister of Malaysia held a joint briefing.
We have discussed bilateral cooperation and exchanged views on regional and international developments. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to strengthen Bangladesh-Malaysia relations. We also welcome the growth of bilateral trade and agree to move forward with negotiations on the Bangladesh-Malaysia free trade agreement. We have restored political stability through a democratic process. Our priority is to create jobs, attract foreign investment, and escalate economic growth. We are building a business-friendly environment and creating a new opportunity for investors. I see strong potential for Malaysian investment in Bangladesh and warmly invite Malaysian businesses to explore those opportunities. Bangladeshi workers, students, professionals, and entrepreneurs in Malaysia serve as an important bridge between our two countries. Their contribution benefits both our economy and society. I requested His Excellency Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to consider recruiting more Bangladeshi workers as well as to open labour market as soon as possible. I also raised issues relating to regularization of illegal workers and the repatriation of the detained Bangladesh, if possible. We agreed that recruitment should be transparent, fair and equitable, reducing intermediaries and low cost for workers. I express deep concern for the Rohingya people sheltered in Bangladesh and thank Malaysia for its continued support for their safe, dignified and sustainable repatriation to Myanmar. We also discussed regional cooperation. Bangladesh seeks closer engagement with ASEAN and aspire to become an ASEAN sectoral dialogue partner. We are also interested in joining the regional comprehensive economic partnership. I appreciate Malaysia's support for Bangladesh, its regional integration efforts.
Earlier, Prime Minister Tareq Rahman held talks with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim during Malaysia visit today. The meeting was held at the Malaysian Prime Minister's office in morning local time. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman was accorded a warm red carpet reception by Prime Minister of Malaysia Anwar Ibrahim today. The reception was given to the Bangladesh Prime Minister at the premises of the Malaysian Prime Minister.
ওই পাশে যাইতে হইব প্যাডা হচ্ছে লইব বুঝছো না চলতেই তো গেছে
Vice Chairman of Dahlia Municipal Committee of
আমরা কোনটায় যাবো আমরা কোনটায় যাবো গাড়ি গাড়ি দেখো
গাড়িটা চলে তো দেখো ধরো গাড়িটা ধরে রাখো
হুম গাড়িটা সব বিমানটা তৈরি হ্যাঁ গাড়ি সব বিমানটা তৈরি ওই পাশে যায় গাড়ি ওদিক যাবে তো অনেকটা গাড়ি যাবে এদিকে আসো এদিকে আসো ইয়ে দেখেন কোনটায় উঠছে ইয়ে কোনটায় উঠছে ইয়ে 7 8 8 9 দেখো 8 9
মিডফিল্ডার নাম্বার 6 বা সিঙ্গেল পিভট রাইট ব্যাক এবং রাইট মিডফিল্ডার হিসেবে আর্জেন্টিনা হয়ে গেছে তিনি যখন আমি জাস্ট পার্টিকুলার একটা জায়গার কথা বলছি যখন ওই জায়গাটাতে অপারেট করবেন ওই পাশ থেকে কে আসবে আমরা খুব স্পষ্ট দেখেছি ফার্স্ট ম্যাচে আর্জেন্টিনার যে লেফট উইঙ্গার তিনি কিন্তু ওভারল্যাপ করেননি অর্থাৎ ওই জায়গাটাই এবং মনে করিয়ে দেওয়া জরুরি কনরাড লাইমার ভেরি ফিজিক্যাল প্লেয়ার সো এইখানে যে প্রেসিং এর ব্যাপারটা ঘটবে এখানে রদ্রিগো ডি পল কতটুকু সাপোর্ট করবেন কিংবা তাদের যে বাকি দুই মিডফিল্ডার নাম্বার 6 এবং নাম্বার 8 শালগার এবং উয়েল লাস্ট ম্যাচে অ্যাসিস্ট করছে দুজনই আরবি লাইভ লিগে একসঙ্গে খেলেন এবং এবং আর এই দুই নাম্বারই তারা খেলছে সো তাদের এই কেমিস্ট্রিটা আর্জেন্টিনার জন্য আমি কঠিন বলবো না কিন্তু চ্যালেঞ্জিং হবে আর এই চ্যালেঞ্জ যদি আর্জেন্টিনা ভেদ করে বের হয়ে যেতে পারে তাহলে এই যে চোখ বন্ধ করে আপনি মেনে নেবেন সামনে নিয়ম মেনে একজন ভদ্রলোক আছে যে 40তম জন্মদিন 50তম জন্মদিন নিয়ে হয়তো বসে খেলে ফেলতে পারে জানি সো আর্জেন্টিনা ক্যান মেক থিংস হ্যাপেন ইন দেয়ার ফেভার কিন্তু উল্টো হলে ইট ক্যান বি ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট মামুনুল ভাই আমি জানি না কি মনে
রাইট আমি মামুন একদম দেব চৌধুরী যেটা বলেছেন যে
পার্ট টু পার্ট দেব ভাই অলমোস্ট বলে
ফেলেছে তারপর আমি একটু রাংনিকের যেই আপনার প্লেইং এর স্টাইল যেটাকে আমরা বলছি আমি প্রশ্নটা এইভাবে করেছিলাম যে ইউর্গেন ক্লপ যেই ফুটবল মেথোলজি তার মাথায় চিন্তা করতেন সেটাকে মাঠে এক্সিকিউট করা এবং সেই মেশিনারিটাকে সেখানে রান করিয়েছেন রাংনিক বেসিক্যালি গেগেন প্রেস নামে ফুটবল একটা টার্ম আছে যে মিড ব্লক করা ডিফেন্সের নিচে নামাই দরকার নাই বল হারাবা সাথে সাথে রিকভার করবা এবং সেটা
Prime Minister Tariq Rahman called upon Bangladeshi expatriates to make united efforts to contribute to their country. The Prime Minister made the remark at a view exchange meeting with the Bangladeshi expatriates at a hotel in Kuala Lumpur last night. His wife, Dr. Zubaida Rahman, accompanied him. The Prime Minister shared his ideas and plans for the nation, building with the expatriates. Expressing optimism about Bangladesh's future, the Prime Minister said he firmly believes that Bangladesh has a very beautiful and bright future ahead. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman stressed on working hard unitedly for it and enduring difficulties and to be patient to implement his plans.
দেশে তারা ইনভেস্ট করবে কিনা বাংলাদেশে ইনভেস্ট করবে কিনা অর্থাৎ আমরা শুধু একটা জায়গায় সীমাবদ্ধ থাকতে চাইছি না আমরা যেটা জানি মালয়েশিয়া বললেই আমরা মনে করি যে ঠিক আছে শ্রমিক এই শ্রমিকদেরকেও আমরা চাইছি যে পরবর্তীতে যারা আসবে শ্রমিক ওনাদেরকেও আমরা চাইছি শুধু যাতে অদক্ষ শ্রমিক না আসে দক্ষ শ্রমিক যেতে আছে দেশ থেকে দেশের প্রায় 1.5 কোটি মানুষ পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন দেশে আছে এই 1.5 কোটি মানুষগুলো সাধারণত কি ধরনের কাজ করছে এক নম্বর দ্বিতীয়তে হচ্ছে যে আগামী 10 বছর কোথায় কোথায় বাংলাদেশ থেকে মানুষ বিভিন্ন টাইপের কাজ নিয়ে বিভিন্ন ডিফারেন্ট ক্যাটাগরির জব নিয়ে তারা যেতে পারে কি কি সেগুলো সেটাকে আমরা বের করার চেষ্টা করছি আগামী 1 বছরের মধ্যে আমরা আশা করছি ইনশাআল্লাহ মধ্যপ্রাচ্যে আমাদের যে সকল মানুষ যাবেন তাদেরকে আমরা বেসিক অ্যারাবিক ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ কোর্সটা আমরা শিখিয়ে তাদেরকে পাঠাবো। খাল নতুন করে কাটা পুনর্খনন মিলিয়ে 1000 কিলোমিটারের মতন এবার হয়েছে। এই তিস্তা এবং পদ্মা দুটোতে আমরা দুটো বিরাট ব্যারেজ অর্থাৎ ওয়াটার রিটেইনার আমরা তৈরি করব। বাংলাদেশ নিয়ে হতাশ হওয়ার কোনো কারণে আমি দৃঢ়ভাবে বিশ্বাস করি বাংলাদেশের সামনে একটি অত্যন্ত সুন্দর এবং উজ্জ্বল ভবিষ্যৎ আছে। আমাদেরকে এর জন্য পরিশ্রম করতে হবে, আমাদেরকে এর জন্য কষ্ট করতে হবে এবং সবচেয়ে বড় বিষয়টি হচ্ছে যে আমাদেরকে এর জন্য ধৈর্য ধারণ করতে হবে। প্রবাসী হিসেবে আপনার যেরকম দেশের প্রতি কর্তব্য আছে, দেশি হিসেবে আমারও তো দেশের প্রতি কর্তব্য আছে। আসুন না, আজকে আমরা আমাদের কি দাবি আছে সেটা থেকে বেরিয়ে এসে আমরা চিন্তা করি আমাদের কি কর্তব্য আছে দেশের প্রতি, হোয়াট উই ক্যান ডু ফর দি কান্ট্রি। আজকে থেকে আমরা চিন্তা করি আমরা কি করতে পারি দেশের জন্য, দেশের জন্য আমরা কি করতে পারি, এটি হোক আমাদের আজকের চিন্তা।
Prime Minister Tareq Rahman has embarked his first foreign tour since assuming office. The 6-day visit to Malaysia and China, two key partner countries, has raised diplomatic and economic expectations. Analysts view the decision to choose Malaysia and China as the destination for his first overseas trip after taking power as a strategic one. They believe the visit will provide a clear indication of the new government's foreign policy and trade strategy. At the invitation of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim of Malaysia, Prime Minister Tareq Rahman reached Kuala Lumpur yesterday. Bilateral trade, investment and high-tech industries such as semiconductors were expected to receive priority during the summit-level talks. However, for Bangladesh, the most important issue was Malaysia's labour market. Dhaka is expecting positive progress towards the full resumption of worker recruitment, which has remained suspended for a long period. Meanwhile, the China visit is being viewed as the most significant platform for advancing Dhaka's economic priorities. During the visit, between the 15th and 17th agreements and memorandum of understanding may be signed. The discussions are expected to focus the digital economy, infrastructure development and major investments. According to analysts, securing stronger support from Beijing and Kuala Lumpur for greater engagement with ASEAN and for resolving the Rohingya crisis would be a major diplomatic achievement. As part of economic austerities measures, the Prime Minister departed Dhaka with a small delegation of only 28 members. Analysts say this sends a symbolic message from the new government. Results, not extravagance, are the priority. The previous fascist government left country's economy in ruins, including banking sector and the stock market. Therefore, meeting the public's expectations following the uprising and bringing the country from a fragile economy to stability will take 2 years. The third year will be a period of recovery, while the fourth and fifth year will mark the emergence of a prosperous Bangladesh. Finance Minister Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhary made the remark as a chief guest at a discussion meeting on the proposed national budget for the 2026-27 fiscal. Teachers and students from various universities, researchers, business representatives and members of civil society participated in the event. The discussion also emphasized the importance of effective budget implementation to maintain macroeconomic stability, promote private sector growth and achieve long-term development goals. The minister further said that the budget is not merely a collection of numbers. Rather, through it, the current government is planning to transform the lives of all people in the country. International Crimes Tribunal 2 set 13th June as the date for delivering the verdict in the case filed against Jashud President Hasnul Haq Inu over 8 charges, including the killing of 6 people in Kushtia during the July mass uprising. The tribunal, led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhary, fixed the date today. Earlier on 14th May, both the prosecution and defense completed their closing arguments. The prosecution prosecution began presenting witness on 1st December last year. Before that, on 25th September, the prosecution formally submitted 8 specific charges to the tribunal, which were accepted at the same day after a hearing against Eno. Meanwhile, in another case at the same tribunal, the prosecution began formal charges hearing against 22 people, including former Foreign Minister Hassan Mahmood and former Education Minister Nafal, over the killing of 6 people, including Chhatrodol leader Wasim in Chattogram. Separately, Tribunal 1 fixed 28 June for the next hearing in the case against former army officer Ziaul Ahsan, who is accused of enforced disappearances and killing of over 100 people during Awami League era. The date was fixed after witness Imrul Qais was cross-examined today. His testimony was recorded yesterday. Now, international news. Keir Starmer has announced his resignation as the UK Prime Minister, paving the path for a contest to decide a new Prime Minister. Speaking at 10 Downing Street on Monday, Starmer said he is stepping down as leader of the Labour Party and has informed the King of his decision. Keir Starmer added he has asked Labour's governing body to set out a timetable to replace him, with the nominations opening on 9 July and ending by summer recess on 16 July. He said if there was a contest, then a new leader would be in place before Parliament returns in September, and he will do everything he can do to ensure an orderly transition of power. Keir Starmer said he would remain as Prime Minister until the leadership contest is complete. Keir Starmer was elected leader of the Labour Party in April 2020 and became Prime Minister on 5 July 2024, following Labour Party's general election victory. His decision to step down means the UK will soon have its 17th Prime Minister since 2016. United States and Iran have wrapped up the first round of talks to end the Middle East war at the Bergenstock resort in Switzerland. In a joint statement early on Monday, mediators Qatar and Pakistan said the first round of negotiation has ended with encouraging progress. The statement said a high-level committee had agreed to a roadmap towards reaching a final deal within 60 days. Besides, a communication line had been formed to avoid incidents and miscommunication, with the aim of safe passage for commercial vessels to the Strait of Hormuz. Both sides also agreed to the creation of a deconfliction cell between the US, Iran and Lebanon, facilitated by the mediating countries, to end the military operations in Lebanon. Their statement said Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi hailed the major progress achieved towards ending the conflict in Lebanon with the help of mediators, while the United States government has yet to issue a statement. Abbas Araghchi wrote in an X post on Monday that Lebanon deconfliction cell will be the first real test. The Iranian lead negotiators have now left Switzerland, where talks began on Sunday, with technical discussions between the parties due to continue this week. An explosion at Qatar's main liquefied natural gas processing facility has injured 54 people and left 18 others missing. Qatar's Ministry of Interior said on Monday that the Qatari International Search and Rescue Group were deployed to conduct search operation for those missing following the internal explosion at the Ras Laffan industrial city. The ministry did not provide information on the condition of those injured in the incident, which it blamed on a technical malfunction. The ministry said there is no leakage from the facility that would pose a danger to the public safety. Qatar Energy, which administers the industrial hub, said the emergency response team were immediately deployed after the explosion at the Barzan factory and brought the fire under control in the facility. Ras Laffan Industrial City, located about 80 kilometers north of Doha, is home to the world's largest LNG export facility, producing about 1/5 of global supply.